Had to make it happen. Let me push that away. Earlier, I was trying to start a live, but it wasn't working out for me, so I had to resort to doing it this way. Well, in any case, like, share, subscribe, and I am going to be working to make sure that I can have my equipment ready when we go online. So I'm just gonna wait for a few people to come in. I want to make sure you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat that you hear me. Let me know if you hear an echo. All right, can everyone hear me? As soon as someone say that they can actually hear me, I'm gonna go ahead and begin. All right, so I wanted to get on and just kind of talk about the idea of, what's taking place as far as the movement is concerned. Okay, so you guys can hear me. All right, good. So I wanted to talk about the movement. My name is Kwesi Boyd. I relocated to the Gambia 4 years ago after coming over about 7 years ago. In any case, I've worked within the movement here at a high level, and I have quite a bit of people that I spoke to, as well as funneled through different processes. Just be patient with me. So I funnel people through, like land processes. You know, uh, when I was working in the earlier days, we were selling real estate reports. We probably sold over 150 real estate reports, and we were able to get information about, maybe hundreds of people wanting to relocate here, particularly to the Gambia, West Africa. I started out 2 years ago in that process, and a lot has happened. We were able to do some amazing things here. My journey here has been nothing short of amazing. You guys might have caught a glimpse of, the new baby girl that I announced that we have. And she's here, and it's just it's a beautiful thing when we can, increase our family lineage, and coming from the West and coming back to the continent. A part of the extraction process is that they took the best people. They took the best people, the scientists, the engineers, you know, um, everyone that were city builders. They took those people. So Africa had experienced a deficit in the gene pool. So now we're bringing that back. Well, in any case, in bringing that back, hold on one second. Okay. Truly Maduli, could you hear me? I'll speak a little bit louder and I'll speak a little bit clearer because we want to talk about the movement, because everyone knows that I started working with Juliet and BlaXit, and we had a big issue. We had a big blow up once I went and started working with our Kathy. So, in any case, throughout that whole process, we have these so-called leaders of the movement, and these are people who, and it's only a few people who have got YouTube channels, and became the self-appointed leaders. And I don't really think they want to be leaders. They don't want that type of accountability. However, in the eyes of the public, they are leaders or someone that they want to duplicate. And I mean, in that whole setup, there's no accountability. All it is people coming with a dream, like American Dream. You see somebody else come over here, they build a house, they have cars and stuff like that, and they are American dreaming. However, in any case, the main person that most people were looking at that time, Julia Ryan, in order for her to get where she was, a lot of people had to lose. A lot of people had to lose. And you see that in capitalism. So, in any case, you know, once I, as I worked with Juliet, our plan was to, the plan was to have a community and build a community, buy land, do land development. If you guys look at the videos on my channel, I just went down to Swami in India International. I'll be going to a few other companies. I'll be going to black ones as well, and African owned developers as well. All right, we're going to talk about that, that idea as far as us going out and working with foreign nationals. You know, our community here, we can't get it together. You have people promoting Pan-Africanism and saying that, you know, we should work together, but they're doing the most to make sure that when that happens, that they destroy it. And that's what happened to the largest economic community here in the Gambia through our Kathy Hills. We had over 500 people, and we had hundreds of investors, and all of that came under attack. And with a consorted, defamation campaign, as I've always maintained and told everybody from Juliet, got involved early on and made sure that this was just a absolute mess in front of the public, and all of which were just made up, fabricated lies, and it was really like a corporate takeover attempt, But the people that were infused in the situation that caused it to get this level, these disgruntled workers, they were only used as pawns. They were just coming over there. They really didn't know what was going on. They didn't know the politics. They knew nothing. They were starstruck, and they got used. And all of that stuff is coming out, and it's foul, foul, foul at the highest level. Foul. And all it has done was ruin the reputation of diaspora here. And I've always told y'all, I'll be the last one to go. I should put my beautiful daughter here on the screen, keeping us up late at night. But in any case, I'm here. I'm here to stay. I am Gambia. I have 4 children here. You understand? So the people that's coming and causing disruption, they do not have blood ties here. And I always share with y'all, I'm going to be here a lot longer than them, because I see everything that was taking place from day one, because I've been here from day one. See everything that was taking place, all of the foolishness that was going on. However, we're going to talk about this, the idea of this leadership that was through BlaXit, and how through the BlaXit organization. And I like to say that one of mine came and passed the torch to Juliet, and she burnt Gambia down with it, and burnt down the Black Wall Street of the Gambia, which is our Kathy Hills and Invest Relocate Africa, and what we were doing. Now, I want everyone that's watching this to understand this. There was no question that we had a high-level business going, dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars in income and investment just starting. We were only about 9 months into it during COVID. The business model was showing tremendous growth. People saw what we was doing, and they brought into that. Don't let anybody tell you do not invest in something you can't see. That's someone that do not understand business. Every business start out as an idea. By the time you can see it, it's over for you. You will never have a legacy from it. Never. If anybody tell you do not invest in something you don't see, they lack vision, they lack understanding of business, and they're probably just promoting something, their own agenda, and trying to get you to buy into it. All right? However, we did have something very tangible and something that people would see, and that was the words that were coming out of our mouth. Because you can't fake, a genuine plan, a genuine Pan-Africanist plan, a community economic plan. You can't fake that, and you can't put systems in place that will actually allow people to execute. And that's what we have done, and that's what we did, and that's what we're doing. So primarily, we did that through our membership, by taking people in. And like I said, many people know me. Many people are hitting me up now from back then. And, now that a lot of this stuff is clearing up and everybody's ready to move forward. And now we know our enemies. We know a lot of foolishness took place to disrupt things. And then we're looking at the crumble and the collapse of all of that. We're looking at the crumble and the collapse of all of that. You can't do something like like I've been telling you and made a video, and he was saying he put me on his thumbnail. This man is just absolutely obsessed with me. Well, I'm in the middle of it because Juliet, as he said on his other video, she's the one that was giving him information about us. She gave birth to this great defamer of the movement. This man ran through the whole movement, particularly, our Black Wall Street here in the Gambia. All of these people that were in the West that were, sending money here, people in the Caribbean and, all over, she gave birth to this man to take your dreams away, to take our dreams away for no reason at all outside of, she was the only one that would benefit from doing something like that. In terms of the land sales, the people that was working with us made sure that she, knew all the business in terms of the sheer number of people that we had. They tried to take off with those people, and the people weren't fooled very long. Half the people saw it was garbage. The other half quickly found out within weeks that it was all garbage. But in the end, Julia had free reign to sell as much land as she wanted, and then her underlings and her henchmen were able to take advantage of people who wanted to come over, who were looking for properties, who were and anything that would have been an offshoot of them coming to buy land. So, by going to their restaurants, by supporting them, giving them donations, supporting their channels and things like that. All the petty money, all the petty people got. And then a lot of the people that came over, think about it, a lot of people came over and started, channels, husband and wives team. Half the people that was married aren't married anymore. And that's why we got into the subject. People that came over early on and got with them and, got that, that seal of approval. See, to come over, well, it was like this for a while. You had to get, you had to pledge your allegiance, to one of these YouTube camps, either BlaXit or the Bag family, and then, and in doing that, like I said, most of the time they attracted people that fit their profile. So in the case of what's taking place with the BlaXit, now what we're hearing is that Adrian and her have got a divorce. One second, hold on a second. Nice some tea? Yeah, nice some tea. All right, cool. I'm just working a couple systems here. Yeah, honey and lockdown. Wow. No doubt. Salute, Kwesi. Thanks a lot, Angelina Rogers, Tyron Market. Peace. Everybody that's out there, brothers and sisters that that are real, because a lot of us got a lot of issues going on with us. But the ones that's out there is real, and that's been watching this whole situation over here unfold. And it's a lot of opportunity over here. It's huge opportunity. I'm looking at these Indian projects and stuff like that, and all these projects that they have going on, and I'm like, we over here, and they're working together, man, and they're so strong. They're so strong. You sit down and you're speaking with them, and they're not representing just themselves. They're representing the whole community of people that's in here in this country. We're just talking about the Indians. We're not talking about the Lebanese and the Chinese and the other foreign nationals. Even the Nigerians, they have a large grip on the import market. And we're over here African Americans and those from the diaspora. The first people that got over here really exploited the land situation, and there's a lot of repercussions that's coming up from that for doing it the wrong way. There's no, the margin of error over here is very slim. And, you coming over here and you're buying land, most of the time, 80% of the time, you're going to get a raw deal. It's going to be something wrong with that. You understand? So it only makes sense for us to buy land together. It only makes sense. So if anybody have any questions, you can put it there. But word going around Gambia is that Adrian and Julia divorced, and from day one, a house built on sand is not going to stand. And from what I've seen, I was like, it's only a matter of time, because you can't do and operate like a gangster. And that's not a marriage. That's not a marriage. And like I said, it's, all of that, all of this thugism that came, you know, about 18 months ago, that October, it was just like a whole bunch of people just going wild. A whole bunch of people just out of their mind. People that supposed to be professional people, supposed to be leaders of the movement. People that are telling you, hey, why don't you come right on over? Come on over. These people are inviting you into this, and they themselves are not financially stable and emotionally stable or mentally stable. But they're telling you, hey, come over, and then they're telling you, don't deal with the people that you should probably be talking to, the people that are the unifiers and the people that are tied in the way that we should be tied in. Some of us, I've been married. I was married. My first marriage lasted 18 years, and my wife, me and her, my first wife. I'm gonna put a video up there. I got one picture of her in China, her and my designer. I've been showing more and more of my background so people understand. 25 years ago I had a clothing line. I'm gonna show you guys that in a video I'm gonna drop tomorrow, and I'm gonna do a few more videos about working with Chinese and stuff. You know, I've been for decades, man. We've been really. I've seen large sums of money at an early age, and I was never in the matrix. I dropped out of school at an early age, and I was on the streets, so everything was real for me. And New York is right there. That's the fastest city in the world, right there. And being in that proximity and that dog eat dog, and I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot, and I was able to take that and leverage it at a high level, and become an inspiration for people. In Adrian video, I have a brother. If you watching, you remember that day you were saying, that's just to say, Adrian said I was a humble, humble, humble brother. And you said that sister probably was mad. I guess that was true. Because, you can't sit there and say I'm a humble, humble, humble brother, and then the level of attack that came at me. Okay, you don't have to like me. You don't like me. Don't say nothing to me. But don't destroy other people's their hope. Don't destroy other people's hope by telling, because you don't like somebody now, you don't want everybody, you want the whole world to hate this person just because you hate them. And that's what we saw from Juliet, and I'm just being open and transparent and true because we have to have the conversation. All the truth was out there, all that falsehood, all of that ugliness was out there, destroying many people, dragged me through the whole legal system here, and embarrassed us as a people. And now only to hear that the best part of BlaXit is no more. So we are taught, or I've been taught that we don't make fun of anybody's situation, and that's not the purpose at all, because we all go through the exact same thing in our marriages, in our life. The exact same thing is not as public. But as public figures, I always tell people that I'm working with, your public life and your private life have to be managed. You have to have handlers and people who deal with your public life. Your private life, whatever you do in private, you keep that in private, but don't bring your messy private life over into public when you're a public figure, and then at the head of this movement. At the head of the movement where people are looking and people are, the little bit of hope that they have left, they putting it in you. And then, like I said, it's one thing, none of us perfect. None of us perfect. However, we can't take people's hopes and their dreams and then step on it. And I've seen that done in both of the YouTube camps, where they just disregard the hundreds of people that we have and do our business, disregard them. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to have this, supposed to be yeah, we have this and that. That's why all of y'all came up against it, hating on it, and only stop things for other people because Mass Kwesi is living very well. Something to envy. I'm not jealous of none of y'all. You guys don't have. I've been passed y'all out 30 years ago. Been passed y'all out, traveling around the world, doing major things, going back and forth to Vegas, in and out of resorts, in and out of airports. A long time ago, making big money in multiple markets, East Coast to West Coast. That's how I do. And I find myself here very, very happy. And, like I said, it couldn't have been easy for us because if everything would have went as it was going last year, it would have just been just a phenomenal takeoff, like to the moon, definitely. So, we have our hiccups and we have our learning curves, but our true leaders, man, we must get behind our true leaders and the ones who have an absolute plan for us. And our plan is to do real estate development, develop our own projects. What they're going to charge you, and you guys will see, I'll post the video here tomorrow. It's when you're buying that way, you're always going to spend more. So we can save half the money and then have a better community build project. Okay, let's see. Let me see if anybody have anything. All right. It says it was long overdue for Adrian that devil to marry a young, beautiful Gambian girl who would treat him like a king. You know, everybody has the right to be happy in our relationships, and in the Bible it talks about being unevenly yoked, and it shouldn't be apparent and disrespectful, and we shouldn't use and abuse people. We should not use and abuse people. It's just not right. Adrian's a good brother, and I seen Adrian. Adrian was someone who is for the movement. He's definitely someone for the larger movement. You know, um, and like their personal marriage and him trying to explain that to his wife. When you have a sole proprietor business, that's what happens. You understand? We was right there with Adrian building that house. Me and G used to go back and forth every single day with Adrian while they were building that house out there. We were all loyal to BlaXit. We were doing what we needed to do every day until it was time for us to work with other people, and it became a problem. They say the devil is 3 times worse than the black man. We the and we they said there would come a day where our actions will actually shame the devil. The devil will be like, "Oh my goodness," you know. Imagine that. Okay, appreciate you. Good to be caring. All right, thank you. I mean, my sisters that's out there and my people. Um, like I said, everybody don't like everybody. Everybody don't like me. I'm not looking for everybody to like me. I'm not out there trying to do that. I'm good in my own skin. But people who can relate to my background, and most of us coming from the U.S., we have kind of similar backgrounds, but in any case, if you're coming from the U.S. and you're coming over here to Africa, this is 9,000 miles away from West Coast and 12,000 from the West Coast. So it's 9,000 from East Coast and 12 from the West. It's a long way. And it is different. The people here, they're different, how they think, how they move and things like that. I came to make the way a little bit easier for people. Now, if we're seeing one half of the BlaXit organization, already the YouTubers have, because I'm someone that was watching and dealing with the numbers, they've already hit a cap, a lot, 50,000 subscribers. They can't get any more than that. Right now, Juliet could have been 200,000 subscribers. I told Juliet, hey, listen, we need to take this show on the road. Let's go into the countries and develop relationships with developers. That's all we have to do. We will be millionaires now. We'll all have way more money than we have. The movement wouldn't have to take such an ugly hit. Everybody that was coming in, we would have more. We had hundreds of people, and over 200 people that were in the process of making investments. over 500 people in the community. We were ready. Everything was organized. Julia has no respect for Adrian. She treats Adrian like a piece of trash in all her videos, and it's obvious. It's obvious you can't do that. You know, the people out there that's watching Juliet and is entertaining that, and they think that's funny. But I think a lot of people see that because it just got. If you look at the older videos, I have some pictures that I showed earlier. Juliet earlier on, she was more softer. It's more of a softer person, but she just grew in arrogance, especially when she started to attack and run her campaign and smear against me. Oh, my boy, Kwesi Boyd, I'm back from Ghana, brother. Keep it strong. Thank you, passing through last month. See you in April 2013 in Gambia. Yes, Bomani, man. I was in Atlanta with Bomani. This brother right here, this brother's organized. I respect organization. You know what I mean? So, I was there as he was, doing his thing, and you know, marketing and putting a product out there. And Bomani is one of the people that inspired me that I saw when I was in Atlanta. 8 years ago, before I went over for the first time, I seen him and he was doing trips, and I was like, I'm going to Gambia. I'm going to Gambia. So I actually had an opportunity to meet him. I wish we could have connected earlier. You know, uh, many of us out there, and Africa's a big place, and we have our networks that we're building. And he came under attack. Because of the birth of Negropean brought many people under attack. And like I said, it's him being brought into existence, and then him being like Frankenstein. It's like Juliet created him, and then he came back to to destroy her, and no one else has really wanted to address her, and because it's like your mom, like many of us that come from these single parent homes, and we don't want to be like moms. It seems to be looking like mom is the one that was messed up, and it wasn't dad. You know what I mean? And it's okay because we're all victims of circumstance. We're all victims, and only the wiser of us figure that out early in life. That our parents and the ones before them were just placed in a circumstance, a situation that we were slaves. We were slaves. They had to break us, and they owned us, and they still own us today. Slavery's not over. We're doing the trip. If you want to come over, contact me. I'm gonna link you with Bomani. If you want to come, we're setting up in Ghana, Senegal. You know, for those who want to come over and experience Africa, man, so much building is going on here. So much beauty here on the continent. Yes, Mass Kwesi, I am back in the Gambia. I have been for like 4 days. The Black Acres did a video talking about this lady sent him a message talking about the police looking for me and all of that. And we're back to address all of that. The police is looking for that lady, and we're pushing for arrest in that. That is not over. We're just allowing the police to do what they need to do. But I am back in the Gambia, home with my family, drinking on some nice tea and lemon, talking about the situation that we're hearing with Adrian and Juliet. When I came back, multiple people told me that they were divorced. I heard it from 3 different sources. Okay, check this out. Gossiping and backbiting is not part of the dean. Stop it, brother. Okay, we're we're public figures, and like I said, me and Juliet particularly had a a, a, a beef or had a problem, and she spent a huge amount of time to make sure that tens of thousands of people or hundreds of thousands of people see me in a bad light. When people hear my name, they think of scam. Okay, that's what Juliet Ryan tried to do. Well, in any case, we have to defend the truth. It's a spiritual war, Donna Lindsay. And a lot of people have been saying, hey, don't say nothing. Just do this or do that. No, you do that. You don't say nothing. There's something called accountability. Who's going to defend these 40 people, 50 people that was economically and financially hurt? Should I just take that burden when it's not my fault? That has nothing to do with the law. That has nothing to do with justice. So that's what we're talking about. And I agree with you. Gossiping and backbiting is not a part of the Dean. Stop it. What I'm doing is not gossiping and backbiting. Okay? So just to make sure that that's absolutely clear, let's go to school on it. Okay. Okay. So a person who gossip. Okay. Repeat stories about other people. Okay. About 8 months ago, I already told you guys in the Jimmy and Jive video what you guys are coming to find out 8 months later. Okay, so this is stuff that I know personally. You understand? If Adrian says something to somebody, it's like saying it to me. Okay, so it's not, however, if you go back and do your research, I'm not, this is, a lot of this information is coming firsthand because, like I said, we're all close here. We were all together. There was people that came into the country. It was like, oh my God, what happened? Why aren't you all still together? You guys were, and I was like, hey, it is what it is, If we don't know how to work together, that's what happens. And that's what we've seen. So let me go ahead and get that off of there because we're going to talk about it. What they were doing was gossiping. What I was doing was building the community. Now my people want to know what's going on. They want to know what's happening. What happened? It's all public. It was all been sloppy from day one. The closest thing you're going to get the truth is coming out of here. Everybody jumped on the bandwagon with ladies that came over here just for 7 days, leading a huge number of people in disappointment and not wanting to come here, and a bad reputation that had to be cleaned up. Here we go. Angela Rogers, gossiping and spreading information that is not true or cannot be shown as facts. If y'all look at my old video, remember when they were attacking me? And after y'all don't understand, up to the point where they started attacking me, I was busting my ass for the movement. Art is the one that told me halfway through, Kwesi, get paid for consultation. I was getting $80 for 30 minutes for talking to people, and we had them lined up. I couldn't get them on. She was brilliant in doing that. We put tens of thousands of dollars in sacrifice and put it into the market. Why would we spend time talking to somebody that just want to talk, that can't even invest $80 into themselves to get priceless information? Because I'm successful here. I've made it here. Gossiping. I had one lady was so upset that I came up here and I was actually opening my mouth and I had the audacity to talk about all of the wrongs and injustice that was taking place, and I should just, crawl up in the corner and hide. And are you kidding me? That's why I'm letting people know I'm from the tri-state Northeast. Chill, man. What's up, brother? I'm back. Hit me up, man, so we can talk. The truth will come out about BlaXit. The truth has already come out. And like I said, Adrian was a prime example. He sat back and he supported her, and now look where he is. Like I said, to work alongside and then have everything taken away from you. I don't know the detail of all of the assets and things like that, but You know, even it's just embarrassing how you guys are building something together, and you're all in the public, and then you have a reputation of allowing your wife to push you over and things like that, and then to have her kick you to the curb. I put out information about a message that Adrian sent to the defamers regarding me telling them to keep doing what they're doing. It makes me believe that she's probably trying to cut her liability because there's evidence out there that he actually supported the defamation campaign. But in that message, he was like, Juliet want me to call you, or want you guys to contact her. So in any case, if we are what we're looking at, I think everybody for sure looking in at the situation. At first, it looked all good. When when we was over here by ourselves, it was looking great for people. But as I already knew, and I told people, hey, as more people come and more people start to interact with Juliet, and I told Adrian, we can't let this happen. But Adrian, our hands were tied. We couldn't do nothing. She was the mouthpiece. Watermeyer passed her the torch, and she burnt down the Black Wall Street of Gambia. She broke down all of our, I had, aspirations and hope. I was doing my thing while I was here. So I still am at a large level even before everybody came. I have hopes to do bigger. I want to do land development deals in multiple countries. And I thought we would be able to work together, and Juliet could be the ambassador to that. You know, she stood to make more as an ambassador to the movement as opposed to the CEO of a BlaXit organization, who we all know now is just Juliet. Just Juliet, man. Like I told you all from day one, like everybody, all the sisters that have come over here and things like that, that's just seen this. I'm looking at myself on the other screen over there. It was kind of like a delay. So, Braun, what's up, brother? I'm back. I'm ready. Check it. In the end, it's bad news and embarrassing to the movement. And Joe, Jose, Braun, I keep on. This brother, and I always talk about it. I was in Atlanta. I had went back, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years ago, and I was in the Waffle House. And me and this brother, man, we just connect ever since. I had an opportunity to meet him. He was here in the country. He's from the Netherlands, and he had a similar situation where he was working, and he was attacked by a group of individuals. Same situation. We see the same thing happen with Elvin here, attacked by individuals coming into the country, women, some brothers. But we got this. We definitely got this. It's an embarrassment for the movement. And like I said, it's crazy because just think about it. This lady that was someone that Watermeyer, and you think of Watermeyer, you know, he, he's a cool brother. He's someone that's really, really, working to do positive on the continent. Then you have him, come in contact with this lady who used that platform to, first of all, the first person that she attacked was Shakina Shindu. And she's a lawyer. She's a good friend of mine, and she helped during the time Exodus Alliance came in, just to look at the financials and stuff like that. We all know each other here. They've been here decades. There's many people here that have been here decades, and was like, never have they seen the type of thing coming. Type of garbage and nonsense that is being done right in front of the camera. Like, so what? So what? Damn everybody! It's all about me. You know what I mean? And that's what you're getting, and that's what people are. Many more people are coming to see that. But like I said, the unfortunate thing is that we all could have been doing 3, 4, 5 times better. Really, really enjoying life at a high level. But when one person try to hijack that, then and then people are supporting that. And I think the bigger tragedy of it is that they're supported by, supporting this lady business, and she's selling land. But from day one, like I told you, we know the land stuff was messed up. We know it was problems from day one. I'm like, hey, stop. We got to stop. We need to stop now. Okay? And we need to do this the right way right now. And we were, at that time, we processed, 40 people. Okay? This was years ago. So, and it's just been a continuation of that. Now, a lot of people are in the court process with land, dealing with that situation. And as I said, you guys looked at some of my earlier videos. It's better that we do it together. I just came from one of Swami Indian International properties, and they have a clubhouse there where they have streets that's going to be there. There's going to be street lights. You guys that are buying land, building houses, it's going to be like outside of the wall of your house. They have these races where they use Range Rovers, and they're going through all types of terrain that you need a four-wheel vehicle to go through. Mud pits, rocky hills and mountains. That's outside of your house is going to look like that. Who wanted to have to drive up to their house, man, and you have to go through, like bumper cars, you bumping up and down. You might get flooded out. I was driving Elvin car, and the Elvin car drowned about 4 months ago. Me trying to get back to the other side driving. But in any case, collectively we can win. Yeah, Walter man, Walter is very positive. I'm following him for some time now. Yeah, man, Walter is very positive, man. He's very inspiration, and I wish more. I mean, what I've been through here, it's hard for me to. I'm like, I think everybody. I'm like, everybody got something going on. It's hard to believe that. And that's the unfortunate thing, that we have these individuals that make us leery of, just everybody. You understand what I mean? But if we take these people and we hold them accountable and we bring them to justice, that's going to make it a lot better. It's going to clear up. We need to free ourselves. We're being oppressed again. We're being oppressed in the West. We're being oppressed here again with YouTubers, man, trying to tarnish the movement. Adrian is back in the UK. We're here in no return date. There's a separation or divorce. And we need to know, because BlaXit, they put themselves out there as the leaders of the movement and the movement. So we need to know what's going on with the movement. Okay? I think a lot of people actually stayed around and had hope because of Adrian. You understand? A lot of people with that land, Adrian said, hey, I'm going to help you with the land. I'm going to do this and that. I knew ain't no way in hell Adrian was going to be able to help him do nothing. He couldn't. They were way in over their head. I was the one that was handling all the business back then. I know how difficult it is to manage processes and people, especially when you're piling on, trying to get more and more money by selling land. Okay, Donna, there's something else that's called, we had to go through a process to determine who's liable, because everything was a loss, because all of our money was invested into our properties and things that we had going on. So at the time when all of that came under attack, if I was found guilty of mismanagement or fraud, then I would have been prosecuted by the law. Okay, that would have been a criminal case. That's what they were saying, that I did something criminal. However, the Gambian prosecutors did their investigation and found out that the business was legitimate. Okay, so that removes liability from me. Now we know who. Now, all of the people that invested, now is the time. And our role now is to go after those who are responsible. And it's a part of what we have to do in the healing process. But, if somebody took something away from you, and then they're going to brag, hey, I got all this, I got all of that, hey, listen, the only reason why you got that is because you took this away from me. So I want what you understand. So that's called liable. But like I said, me and my Aunt Kathy were cleared of any wrongdoing, any mismanagement. All of our financials checked out. We had hundreds of thousands of dollars in investments and income. Income was small at that time, just five figures. But like I said, we're talking decent money. We had a $2 million land development deal, another $250,000 in investment. These are things that BlaXit and Black Anchors they don't understand this type of language because they're not trying to do that. But it's going down. It will get done, and we don't need everybody to do it. However, being over here, we have to secure our investment. We have to secure an investment. My investment is securing in that I have family over here. You understand what I'm saying? So I have children, so I have family. So, my investments are secure. It can't be taken away by the government or by, divorce or someone, or the government saying, hey, it's dangerous for Americans to be in the country. You guys need to leave out the country because it can get hot like that, and it will. All right, just like Juliet exploited the situation so that she can benefit. When it's time, governments do it as well. Local governments, you know what I mean. National governments. Akalos. We get in situations. It was just a situation. A lot of people bought land from this lady, and then the Akalo and them, they had something going on because they see that she was trying to get over, and they was like, "Hey, listen, we're just gonna use it to our advantage," and it just became one big mess. Will she be facing any legal action for her dealings in the Gambia? Yeah, there's numerous court cases right now that she's dealing with regarding her land, those type of situations. But if anyone has issues, they need to reach out to the proper, legal representation if they have problems with land and things like that. So a few people, we're dealing with land situations from 2 years ago. So there's people who have reached out to me that I've actually was involved with those land sales. And that's the crazy thing because, like I said, all of this could have been done right. All of it could have been avoided. So I've been up here about an hour now, and I just want to get here because there was a video that was made that kind of loosely talked about the situation, and I wanted to talk about, look at this, look at all of that. I remember they were saying when I went, I did a video that I was going to the U.S. right after the blow up, and it was being said, oh, Kwesi's not coming back. He's being ran up out of here. You understand? Adrian was saying all of this and that, telling people. But now look, he's gone. 12 months later. How ironic. These people that are here, man, and got all of this stuff going on and offending at a high level the locals, they're not going to be around long. Don't follow their model. You know, okay, hold on a second. Kwesi, after following some YouTubers, I have seen that it is better to buy homes already built or invest with people like yourself. What is your next step to continue your work? Okay, so buy a house already built, that would probably be a great idea because you already know that the work because as they build and then you can get it built. It's not really a lot to the building process, but you will lose if you're having to go through that process. So if you go to Invest Relocate Africa and you go to the build a home screen, this is the link that we used about 18 months ago to funnel about 30 people into a land development project. And what we did is we wanted to get a pledge from everybody of how much they wanted to spend on their land and their house. We weren't taking any money because what we're going to do is like I took the list I actually had an opportunity to take it to a developer and say, hey, I have these people. Or will you finance it? We're trying to get other people to finance it, other people's money. All right? It's 50, 100 of us over here. All of us aren't financially strong. However, we want to be able to build a community. And then as a part of the community, we build in some industry there where we can make money. We need to bring in machinery, egg cartons, egg cartons, just the cartons to make the eggs, you know, something like that. The process to dry mangoes so that we can turn those into health and beauty products as well as, consumable, dried mango fruit, mango powder that could be rehydrated and made into mango juice. All of that stuff can be done from our community. If we're spread out, then we cannot benefit from each other. One of the laws of power is concentrate your forces. You know, we don't have to be talking all the time. We need to be working. If we're in a community, the first thing we're gonna put up is the industrial complex. So while they're developing the land, well, after the land is developed enough to get that up, that's up. And when they start to build the clubhouse, right, and the model houses, because those are the first three structures that go up, we will already be making money. So we want our community to pay for itself after 5 years, if not less time. We want, our 60% of our community to be young professionals. I'm about to start working with quite a few people, but Gambians. One brother, making a scooter, an electric scooter, out of batteries and stuff here. All he needs is the motors and the wheels, but through the materials they have here at the welder man shop, he makes a frame for them. If you look up I Am Billion, I was just speaking with him. He was here the other day, Gambian brother. Look on his channel, I Am Billion, and check that out. Miss Rogers, we need people that are, people who are builders. We are looking for builders. And like I said, go to my website, investrelocateafrica.com, and if you click on Build Your Home, you're going to see a whole plan. We need to create a board of trustees. We're going to set up a bank. Nothing's going to happen unless it's approved by the board and it goes through the proper channel. That way we don't have one person, that's mismanaging the funds. Then we'll have a plan to whereas we can get our community built, within our group we have enough credit. Within our group we have enough finances, contacts, and resources to get a community built. I came from Swami India International, and their community is nice, but I'm like, I've been to resorts in California, the Regis out there in Vegas. I want our clubhouse I want it to be a spa in there. I asked the girl when they have one. She was like, no, the community decided to have a spa. No, we need a spa in our community. We need that. We need to be able to go get massage therapy and reflexology and all of that. That's a part of our holistic existence. That's what we're bringing together. We're bringing together the people that want to do it, and all of our people that suffer injury that weren't in the wrong in any way. We're going to make that right. There's no way that we can't, or we shouldn't want to. Okay, Donna Lindsay. This is such a sad situation seeing adults around you two behaving in such a manner. Like I said, I have to take it back to the root to when I left out of this house. I've been in this house 4 years here. Okay, I've been in this house 4 years, and when I came out about a little bit over a year and a half ago, and I ran into the BlaXit camp. I was like, wow, I never dealt with anyone from the UK, and I'm not saying it's because she's from the UK, but that's just something else that adds to the difference. But it was more so, the control. That's what the problem was. It was a husband and wife business. And I was like, damn, this is not going to go anywhere. We have a lot of influential people. A couple of important people came in, and I would see them reach a level of dissatisfaction within a day. But in any case, it was just a learning curve, you know. And right now, we are building. We're about to go into multiple countries. And like I tell everybody, look at the situation. Look at this mess. There's other people as well. There's other people as well that are going through divorce, that have businesses that was all a part of that first nonsense. You know, as soon as everybody started coming over, they started acting like spring break. It was like a spring break. Everybody was just crazy and you know, everybody just messing around with everybody. And you know, it was people who were married that have businesses here, restaurants and things like that, that was messing around with other people that were coming in. And you know, now, you know, a lot of, you know, you'll see that, you know, it's weird. There's no real progress. No real progress unless you're looking. And you see those who are building family here on the ground. Angelina Roger. And what we want to do is we're going to create an app that's going to allow us to build community and where we all can have voting rights on how the community is laid out, how the clubhouse is laid out, the colors inside the clubhouse, you know, the fixtures, you know. I just came and I seen Swami India International has some really, really nice houses for those who want to jump on those and get into that situation. But we can save, and when we do our own thing, we take our time. But I know people at various stages, so but I'll be showing some projects so we can get our own inspiration for our own community. Okay, you just looked at the site, right? We're still working on the app, but you know, as far as when you build your home, if you click on it, if you just select the first option, it'll take you through a complete process. The other ones aren't working, but all of that stuff we're building right in this compound. People don't understand that I built these multi-million-dollar intellectual properties here in this compound with Gambians. I was sharing with someone the other day, you know, me and the guy P, if you look on my channel, the guy who helped me relocate, I remember we were just figuring out how to use the databases. We were just figuring out how to use it. So in any case, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. You know, hit me up, kwesiboyd at yahoo.com with any questions you have. Or, you know, come over and visit us. All right, thank you for listening. Peace.